Hi, and welcome to Wisdom Talks with Yasmin Ann. I'm here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Yucca Valley. And this talk is called Don't Follow Me. So I first heard this by a guru, a teacher named Krishnamurti, who had come to the States in the 20s. And it was a long time ago that I'd heard this saying, don't follow me. Around this time, he had a center that he started in Ojai, California, and that still exists today. But I became aware of his teachings at a period in my life when I was doing a lot of soul searching. You know, it's interesting to me that we always have spiritual guidance, but when we're young, we're mostly living from our lower chakras and unaware of that subtle voice tugging at us. However, I always found my way back to that spiritual path, and I spent many years reading, attending lectures, working with a shaman. My time was filled with just taking in information. I felt like a sponge, just soaking up everything. And the first time I came across the words, "Don't follow me," I knew immediately what Krishnamurti meant. For me, this was my take from it. Take what you need from your teachers, but let the information help you find your own wisdom so you can live your truth. Well, I was truly impressed that the Guru wanted nothing more but to empower his listeners, his followers. The message is clear. We're all teachers and we're all students. I love when I can recall words that are meaningful and powerful from over 40 years ago, but can't remember why I went into the bathroom. Anyway, George Chakiris. I remember reading a little quote in a newspaper many years ago, and he had said, "You know, I've traveled all over and studied with many teachers, and I kept searching until I realized all I needed was always right here in my own backyard." And what I took from that was he meant within himself. So do we need teachers? Do we need information? Do we need books? Absolutely. Especially at certain times in our lives as we go through different stages in our journey to help us awaken. But how and what we do with this information is what is important. How many of us listen to a speaker or read a book and then take the time to process the information and have some clarity on how to apply it to our life path? It is human nature to take the path of least resistance, and a lot easier to have someone else, especially, someone we look up to tell us what to do. But if we could process the information that we get from these teachers and apply it, then we can keep moving forward on our path. My desire when I speak or write or just simply interacting with people in my everyday life is to have them discover their own power and wisdom. I can share what I know has worked for me, but I can never know what might work for you. I believe Krishnamurti wanted us to recognize our own power and to know that we all have access to the same universal computer, or God. If you believe that you're a part of God, then you know you have direct access to the same information as every teacher. But how do we access that information? Well, it takes a commitment, responsibility and a desire to connect with your higher consciousness. Again, I always like to suggest meditate. Truly listen to that quiet voice within. It is full of wisdom and applies to your spiritual path. You have the answers. You see, love and joy and wisdom was always there within you. But you have to trust that you have the answers you seek. Now, meditation does not have to be where you sit for hours in silence, It can occur throughout your day by simply being in awareness. So before I actually go into a little meditation here with you, I would like to share something that was told to me many years ago when I was searching. A shaman once said to me, "Believe in nothing." And I became upset. I didn't understand and I walked away. Well, it took many years and many life experience for me to actually grasp that meaning. For me, when I had that aha moment, I realized that my attachment to my beliefs came from my own fears, and I had a false sense of security. So whenever we attach ourselves to beliefs, we're living in a box, so to speak, and energy becomes blocked. But if we can observe without attachment and learn and move forward, then we're free to access the wisdom of this amazing, infinite universe. So I'd like to go into just a little meditation that might be able to help you to discover that light within yourself, to discover your own wisdom, your own path. So take a few deep breaths, and maybe you already do have a way of just stilling your mind and going deep within. And so as you take a few deep breaths, just allow your thoughts to simply float by you. You can observe them, but you don't have to do anything about them. Just let them float by. And any outside noise, any of the thoughts that come into your mind, just notice them and just keep going back to that breath. Just keep taking another breath until you finally begin to follow that breath within your body, allowing your body and your mind to relax. Once you can get to that place of stillness, use your imagination. Imagine that you are sitting comfortably in a chair. And let the emptiness, the quiet space, relax you even more. There's nothing you need to do, nothing you need to think about right now. And as you sit in that chair, you notice that this room is completely white. And there's nothing else in that room except a box. A small box that you notice on a table somewhere in that room. And as you allow yourself to move closer to that box, you notice there's your name on that box. And you're enticed to go over and open it, because somehow you know that there is a gift in there that is meant for you. So I want you to take a moment, and as you open that box and you receive that gift, hold it in your hand, because that is for you and you alone. This gift will mean something to you. As you take it and you walk back and you sit in that chair, you feel powerful, you feel whole, you feel joyful and peaceful. And you're infused with a knowing that you have access at all times to your spirit, to your higher consciousness, and that this gift may be something that represents a place in your life. And this gift empowers you so that you can keep moving forward in your path, knowing that you have access to everything in this universe. This gift might be something that you already recognize or have in your life, or something you might stumble upon in the next few days, that you can just keep, that to remind you that you have access to all the answers, to all that you need to live a happy, healthy, wholesome life full of love. So give thanks to the universe for the gift and for you, because you are amazing, you are unique, and you matter. Always remember that you have the answers within. So just take a deep breath now. And as you open your eyes and you bring your awareness back, remember that gift that will always remind you that you know. Namaste.